This is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
If you are going to support me today, tipping is preferred. When you tip me, those are funds that I get right away to put towards something important. In particular, tomorrow is my day off for the week. That means tomorrow I need to go grocery shopping. I usually need to get some pet supplies, and I believe we do have to get something this week. I think Jasper's food is low. I think. I have to double check that, but I think it is. In particular, I've got some other stuff I need to do during the day that may cost some money. And by the way, my day off is the one day a week when my wife and I don't cook, so we're actually going to order out some food. Alright? So being very matter-of-fact and honest with all of you, that's what your tips go towards. Alright? Your tips help me on my day off to afford everything. Okay? So right now, if you tip me today, you're directly helping me for my a more relaxing day off tomorrow.
I need that money to pay my WWE Champions bills.
Lives were sold at a 263-bit cheer, so let's update this to say that he did 263 now instead of just 100.
And he says the following. Eres la mejor. Puedo decirte, Puedo decirte lo genial y increíble que eres. Eres el mejor streamer en Twitch y en todo el planeta. And then he said the DSP right emotes.
Okay. So basically he just said, you know, this is incredible. I'm the best streamer on Twitch and on the planet. Alright? So there you go. By the way, my pronunciation is terrible. I haven't read Spanish in a long time, so I apologize for that. I'm sure you're all very, very upset how I butchered that, okay? But I could read it. That's the thing. I can read Spanish, and I can understand Spanish when I hear people speak it. I cannot speak it myself.
Really?
Earlier today, we got close, but we didn't hit the tips goal for the finale of Yakuza 7. That means tonight, the blue, the beige, the platinum, and the camo vests are eligible to be worn if we do hit the tips goal tonight. I would really appreciate it if we hit it tonight, since we didn't earlier. It would help out, because tomorrow's my day off when I have to spend a lot of money. You know, grocery shopping, food, pet supplies, yada, yada, yada. And it helps, okay? So please, if you can contribute tonight, please do. I do appreciate the support. I'll give you a shout out if you do. PW Dubs, if you ever tell people not to contribute ever again, I'm just going to ban you right now. I mean it. You know that that's not allowed. You know that you're being a dick. Even if you're joking, saying stuff like that in the stream is being a complete asshole. So you should fucking watch your mouth. I mean it. Like, that's fucked up. You think that's funny? It's not. Stop being so fucking immature.
Well, Phil, obviously he's a binge drinker and he drinks every night. He drinks himself into a drunken stupor. And anytime he tweets after a stream, it means that it's a gin night, he's drinking all night, and that's what he's eating. You know, what a fucking idiot would say.
Minotaur said, cheers, what did Ninja do to hurt me so badly that I have hate in my heart and him let it go? No, I have no hate for Ninja. Here's the thing. It used to be the same thing with PewDiePie, alright? These guys were at the top of the food chain when it comes to content creation. PewDiePie used to be the top YouTuber. Ninja used to be the top streamer. He's not anymore, but he's still up there with notoriety, one of the most well-known streamers across the world. When these guys, who are the big names, say and do stupid shit, they make everyone else look bad. And they don't realize that. A lot of times they don't like to take responsibility. They just like to pretend like, oh, it's nothing, you know, it doesn't matter what I say and do. No, it does. Like, the things they say and do make us look bad. When PewDiePie got in trouble for saying bad word on stream, it was mainstream news. The next thing you know, everyone thinks that every content creator is a racist, right? That's what happens. You have to look out for what you're doing, especially when you are someone who has big influence. You have to watch what you're saying, okay?
Oh my god, he's drinking gin.
Because that could rub off negatively on everyone else, whether you like it or not. And that's really what I want to emphasize. I'm not saying that Ninja is purposely trying to be an influential person. He just is. He is one of the biggest. He has millions of viewers, you know, every day coming in and checking out his stuff. You know what I mean? Like, he gets paid millions of dollars. How many millions of children around the world watch Ninja's content? Okay? You can't just then shirk responsibility and be like, oh, I don't have to be responsible about anything. Actually, yes, you do. Actually, that's exactly the point. Is that there's so many kids who watch your stuff that you have to be a responsible person. With great power comes great responsibility. And so when you have that power, you have to be responsible for it. You can't just shirk all responsibility and be like, oh, well, I didn't actively choose this specific thing, and therefore I have no responsibility for it. No, you do. It doesn't matter whether or not you wanted it or it was intentional. You still have it, you know? And it's actually super irresponsible for someone to shirk that responsibility and be like, oh, well, I'm not gonna take any responsibility for anything because I didn't ask for it. So in particular, why this person's bringing it up is because Ninja was interviewed And in the interview, he said many things. Every time the guy gets interviewed, there's controversy. Oh, hold on a second. But anyway, what we're talking about is Ninja getting interviewed. And in the interview, he's trying to make a point about parenting because he knows that most of his audience is kids. I think he knows this at this point. He's not going to deny it, okay? And he says, well, first of all, the best way to know your kid is to see how your kid behaves when they're playing video games by themselves and they don't know anyone's listening. I actually agree with that completely. 100%. I think that's something very intelligent that he said because he's absolutely right. When a kid doesn't know someone's watching, that's when the kid is going to start doing those bad behaviors you may not even be aware they're doing. So that was actually really good advice, okay? But what I don't agree with him on is him literally completely shirking any responsibility for stuff that happens on his streams. In fact, he went as far to say, and this is not me like paraphrasing, he basically just said, I don't feel that I should be the one to have to teach your children about white privilege and about the things basically kind of going on in the world right now, and that should be the parent's responsibility. You know, he basically, his argument is, I'm just a streamer, I'm just a guy playing games, I shouldn't have to tell my audience about all this stuff going on right now. Now, fair enough, he is not someone who has ever professed himself to be an authority on any of that stuff. He's certainly not someone who is pushing him forward as anything that wants to talk about that, right? Because he's a gamer, just like all of us. He's just a gamer, and he got into certain games, Fortnite in particular, which happens to be a game that a lot of kids like, and so because of that, he got super popular, super rich doing it. Does that mean that he should be talking about serious issues on his stream? No, I don't think that obligates him. However, what obligates him? Whoa. Alright, anyway, getting back to what I was saying, alright? Regardless or not of whether Ninja wants that responsibility that he has, he now has it. You know what I mean? Like, he grew to be giant. He grew to be super popular. He grew to be someone who gets millions of viewers and makes millions upon millions of dollars a year doing what he does. And at some point, you have to realize, well, now, because I have great power and great wealth, I now have responsibility to be responsible with what I do during my content. And if that means making sure that the people on his streams understand that his streams are not going to be a place where people are going to be saying racist things, that people are not going to be, treating people poorly because of their race or creed. I don't know about white privilege exactly on a stream. I'm not sure how you can have white privilege on a digital stream where no one knows what actual denomination you are. You know what I mean? Not denomination, but what race you are. But my point is, he does have responsibility as a content creator to make sure that everything on his stream is not toxic. You know what I mean? And the way he said it to me was like, well, I feel I have no responsibility at all because your parents should be teaching you all this stuff, not me, so therefore I just kind of don't care about it. And, if people are going to do it or whatever, I can't control it. But that's not the truth. The truth is it's his stream. It's his job to control his stream. So if he doesn't control his stream, that's his fault.
過酷な運命を背負って極道の抗争に巻き込まれていた
You know what I mean? No, should he be sitting there and teaching people constantly about that stuff? I don't think so. But at the very same time, he has to understand that, like, kids are coming to his content all the time. He chose that. He chose to be a content creator for children. He actively did. He could have done other content. He could have not just played Fortnite and dressed up in a certain way and dyed his hair to try to attract that audience. He actively chose to do that. And when he chose to do that, now he has to take on the responsibility that comes with it. So if you have a children's audience, yes, you actually have to have some responsibility for that. And make sure that people are being toxic and not being racist to other people on your stream and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And the thing is, when he goes in an interview and he says, oh, I don't think it's my responsibility, it's all on the parents. It's like, but wait a minute, dude. Like, I understand he's speaking for himself, but he absolutely is saying something that affects other people. Because now, parents are going to think, well, the kid goes to a stream, I feel like these streamers just don't care. They don't take any responsibility for anything, and they just don't give a shit. And, well, then I'm not going to have my kid go to the streams anymore because I want to make sure that, my kid's in an environment that's safe and protected, there's not racism, there's not stuff. And Ninja says he just doesn't care. It's my job to do it, so I'm just, I guess I can't let my kid watch any streams or whatever.
He's talking so much. Blah, 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 blah.
All you had to do was be mature and be like, okay, listen, I'm a huge content creator, and I'm going to do my best to educate myself on intelligent topics. Not to say that I want to replace a parent, I don't. But I understand that I do have some responsibility to do things on my own stream because of how popular I am. Instead, he literally shirked responsibility. He's like, nope, I don't have that responsibility. That's on the parents completely. But that's not smart. And that makes everyone look bad. That literally makes everyone look bad. Looking like, oh, well, I'm just some asshole who just plays games all day. I don't actually need to maintain a safe environment for anyone on my stream. And if you don't like that, tough shit. No, that's not the attitude that an actual good content creator should have. And that's exactly how he came across in the interview. At least for me reading it and what I took from it. So, that's not good. Nicholas Juice says, oh, okay, he's talking about my joke over 10 years ago. The very bad Nazi joke. And he says, did that influence me to become anti-fascist and anti-racist, or have I always been anti-racist? I have always been anti-racist. I do believe in generalized racial humor is okay. Alright, I do believe that. I don't care if someone jokes about me being Italian or Polish. You know what I mean? And as I said back in the day, I'm an equal opportunity jokester. You can make fun of me, I'll make fun of you, I'm all good. But sometimes I have gone too far, and absolutely I think that those jokes that I made during that Dead Space demo, the Nazi jokes, were not funny. Like, now I look back at them, I'm like, that was too far. That was an incredible, hurtful time in history. Many people died, and I don't think that I should have joked about it. And I've apologized profusely for it over the years, and I really do feel it's one of the things that I'll probably never live down. People will always go back and say, do you remember when you said those nasty jokes? And I'll be like, yeah, I do remember. I fessed up to it because I really did screw up, and I shouldn't have said those things. And I never would say stuff like that today, I've completely grown up in my church from saying that really bad stuff back then. But the truth is I always was anti-racist, anti-fascist. I don't like that,
This guy is 1,000,000% a pathological liar, and a sociopath.
Obviously, I would never support that. And I'm all for equality and equal rights. And the truth is that now I look back at some of the things that I did back in the day, and I'm embarrassed because I really feel that they were hurtful. I do. I genuinely feel some of the stuff that I did back then was irresponsible and hurtful. And I feel bad that I was too dumb to know that. You know what I mean? Like, I genuinely feel stupid. But that's what happens. The longer you do something, the more you learn. And it took a while for me to learn what was acceptable and what wasn't. And now that I know, I feel like a better person because I don't do the dumb shit anymore. You know, I don't do the immature dumb stuff. But it took a while for me to kind of get it. Minotaurus says he's a gameplay streamer, nothing more. Do you do the same thing by not allowing chat to talk about politics? That's different. That's absolutely different. There's a difference between I say, let's not talk about politics because that's going to derail the chat and people will get angry with each other. Or, oh, I have no responsibility at all to tell people why something someone's doing in my chat is wrong because that's your parents' responsibility. Right? You know, if someone came in here and was being racist, I would tell you why it's wrong to be racist. Because you're a fucking idiot because the color of someone's skin does not determine anything whatsoever about the content of their character. And it's been scientifically fucking proven. If you think otherwise, you're a bigoted moron who ignores science. Much like the idiots who think that the COVID vaccine's bad and shit like that. Because you're a brain-dead idiot. And I'm not gonna have toleration for stupidity in my chat and derailing shit with dumb nonsense and just complete insanity. I don't tolerate that on my fucking stream. So if you got a problem with that, you can leave at any time. And it's my responsibility to lay down the law like I just did on my stream because it's my place of business.
Give me the money.
And if Ninja can't do that, Ninja shouldn't deserve to have a place of business. He should be told, if you're not going to be responsible, then fuck off. But it seems like everyone just keeps enabling the guy to say dumb shit. And that's what I don't like. Again, that actually hurts content creators when he says the dumb stuff like this. Now this will be news. Oh, see, streamers are not responsible for anything on streams, and we'll all look bad. Delightful, right? That's just what we need. So Minotaurus is hilarious, because I'm going to love reading this one and finishing this discussion right now. This is going to be great. Are you guys ready? So Minotaurus, cheers again, he says, if you think Ninja has the responsibility to educate his viewers, it's fair to say you have the responsibility to educate Derek on why his Twitter activity is not okay. Are you ready for this one? First of all, completely different. It's apples to oranges. Here's why. What happens on my streams is what I'm responsible for. I'm responsible for the discussion that happens on my streams. I'm responsible for the stream chat. I'm responsible for the content I put out over the streams. That's what I'm responsible for. I'm not responsible for the actions of anyone outside of my streams at all. In fact, I can't micro-monitor and micromanage what anyone does outside of my streams. It's not my job. I'm not responsible for any of you guys. You guys can go do whatever you want. That's why people say, oh, sometimes I can watch detractor content. I can't stop you. You do whatever you want, right? That's the thing. You come and hang out here. When you're here, yes, I have to kind of make sure that my stream is clean and everything. Outside of this, I have no control over, nor do I care what you guys do in your personal lives, all right? However, you just brought up a stream chatter. You brought up their personal Twitter account. You said something insulting and harassing towards another chatter. You brought up a detractor meme that's known to harass Derek. You just earned yourself a nice lean-in manual permanent fucking ban because you're a fucking asshole. Bam, 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 bam. You violated a ton of fucking chat rules. That's amazing, the amount that you violated in that one cheer. So enjoy your fucking trip to Banland because you ain't coming back, bitch. Okay, now I don't have to answer this guy's questions anymore because he's an asshole.
Why is my rune toxic?
Alright, Nicholas has cheered. I looked up the stats. 62% of Fortnite players are aged between 18 and 24. No, that's absolutely incorrect. You're actually believing what people say on online registered accounts. That's like saying, I believe that 90% of YouTube users are adults because when they registered their account, they said they were adults. No, that's not true. That means you're a gullible idiot. We all know the vast majority of people who play that fucking game are kids, because that's all who talk about it. Every single adult that I know says that their kids fucking play Fortnite. My hairdresser says her kids play fucking Fortnite. And she doesn't even know who I am. And she talks to me about Fortnite. Okay? Enough. Stop being stupid and gullible. Okay, anyway. So by the way, guys, we're at $29 in tips. I am streaming for about another half hour to 45 minutes. I would appreciate any contributions you guys could lend. We did not hit the tips goal earlier on the Yakuza 7 conclusion stream, so it would be nice if we could hit it tonight, but we are a long ways off. If you like the gameplay, if you like the discussion tonight, then I'm being very candid and honest about my thoughts about things, please consider contributing, okay?
I would never demand a contribution. Remember, contributions are mandatory and always will be mandatory.
We're starting to run low on time here, everyone. I can only stream for about another 10 to 15 minutes, alright? So, please, guys, last chance to support the stream. Sadly, this has been pretty slow, except for this fucking asshole troll who's sitting here and just constantly harassing me and saying dumb shit. And I can't even type right now. My stream chat is completely frozen, and nothing that I'm doing is working. Wow. Wow, it's completely locked up. Yeah, I can't do anything. Oh my god. What's sad is I just restarted this recently, too. This laptop is a piece of shit.
Mark McCauley says, hint, hint. Dude, no hint, hint. I'm outright telling you, I really would appreciate some help via tipping. That's not a hint.
Yeah, please, guys, last chance. If you like the stream, if you like the content, if you want to support it, please do. Last chance to do so before I'm gone for my day off tomorrow. I would appreciate it if you could contribute. Nicholas is asking, will Immortals now be on the banned list or a hiatus list because contributions were low tonight? No. I've told you guys I'm looking to do this Friday as a daytime stream to see how it goes. I've actually had specific people saying, hey, Phil, I want to come to the Immortals stream and actually support it, and I can't because you only do it at night, and I can only show up during the daytime. Can you switch it up? So I am going to switch it up this Friday and see what happens. Admittedly now, this is kind of sucky because it was really slow tonight. Like, we didn't even get to a third of the tips goal, right? That sucks. Cheering would have been okay, but sadly there's a bunch of annoying coach cheers. This fucking same guy over and over. You know. People tell me they like the game and they like doing the chill stream stuff, but I tell ya, you know, the support really honestly has not been there for this game, for whatever reason. Now, here's the thing. Admittedly, tonight's stream was slow, just being honest. Slow contributions, so I'm not sure how to really weigh and balance that, because people have been asking me to play it on the early stream. So I'm going to play this on the early stream on Friday and see what happens. Now, if on Friday it's slow too, you know, now we're talking, I guess that's definitively people are telling me the game's boring, they don't want to see me play it anymore. I personally really like this game, but if others are just going to not support and say, no, it's boring, and complain and try to derail the entire time I play the game, then I don't know what else to do, guys, you know? I don't know what else to do. So I'm trying to play the game, I like it, but if the viewers don't like it, I don't know what else to say, okay? So, it is what it is. Let's see what happens on Friday and go from there. It'll kind of be a judging stream if this is something that we want to continue to do or not. Alright, guys?
Thank you so much. It was a fun stream regardless of, you know, support levels. It was still a great stream. I had fun with the game. I told you guys I'd be happy just to stream without having any contributions. But I'm worried because, you know, I know for a fact attendance tonight wasn't great, which is okay. But also contributions weren't that great. So, you know, if I keep playing it and then we end up completely dead nights when I know I could be doing other stuff, I don't know. We'll see. There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me it's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. Is a mobile game addict. Still has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone. I just care about money. I just can't help it. I eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.